Hello, friends, and happy World Card Making Day. I'm going to wait here for some folks to pop in. And as many of you know, if you follow along with my blog or you get my emails or you're in my Facebook groups, I am going to be sharing card making challenges all day long today. So they started at 9 o'clock this morning Eastern time. So and I'm posting one every hour. So I've had 2 challenges post so far, and I thought it would be really fun if I came in, and I'm going to do one of the challenge cards right here and right now. So this one is going to be using up paper scraps. That was my challenge at 10 o'clock, was to make a card using up some paper scraps. So I wanted to show you a really fun way to do that. So hi, Melissa. Thanks for joining in. So for any of you who want to participate in today's challenges, if you make some cards that fit in with the challenges that I've posted, I want you to share those in my Facebook group, the Scrapping, Stamping, and Stuff Facebook group, where I'm recording this right now. So you can create your own post and share those pictures, or if you want to comment on any of the other posts and share them, you can do it that way too. And anyone who does that, if you share some of those projects you're creating, you are going to be entered to win some fun prizes. So let's get started on this. We are going to make a card using some paper scraps. And one of the, sometimes, a lot of times, I end up with these long, narrow strips from my paper packs, my designer paper packs especially. Sometimes they're real long and skinny. Sometimes these came from a 6x6 paper pack, which is called 'Tis the Season in our holiday catalog. And so these are a little bit shorter than a lot of times they turn out, but I get these long, narrow strips, and I have a fun way to use them that I wanted to share with you. So I'm going to show you, before I start attaching any of these, what the game plan is. So basically, I am just going to attach one wherever I want. It doesn't really matter. And from there, we are going to work, and I'm not very good at explaining this. I shared this with my team a few weeks back, and I'm not very good at explaining this, but basically we're going to come off at a 90-degree angle from each one of these. So we'll go straight down from that one. Then we're going to put one here and have it go straight over. Then we'll put one right here in that little corner that's left to go straight up. And from that point, we can fill in these openings with whatever pattern you want. I liked the idea of keeping a similar pattern going where we create this stair step effect. So one's going to go that way, then one's going to go down, then one that way, then one down. But you could do these any way you want. You can put them all in a big row. There are tons of ways to do this. So I am just going to start attaching adhesive on the backs of my pieces of paper and attaching them wherever I so desire. So thanks for joining in. Thanks for sharing, Debbie. I appreciate that. Hi, Sandy. So if you make cards, I have a pretty good feeling you have lots of paper scraps, right? I know it's so hard to decide what to do with those scraps. We don't want to throw them away, but sometimes it's hard to know what to do with them. So that's why I thought for one of my challenges, I would have you try to make a project with your scraps. And this is a fun idea for how to do that. Another idea for using scraps is to use a punch. Any kind of geometric punch. Here, I've got one laying right here, so I'll show you. You can just punch out a bunch of the same shape and put those all over a card background. So that's another way to use up some of your scraps. I think I'll use this one next. Oh, I love that plaid. I'm going to have to use that plaid. I can't cover that up. So are you out there making any cards yet? Depending on where you're at, it might be pretty early. It is, let's see, almost 11 my time. Some of you, it is still pretty early in the morning. So now that I have that, I'm going to start doing this stair step effect. And I think I'll use this candy cane print next. So I don't, for looking at this open block right here, I don't want to put this in straight. You can do these however you want, like I said. But the way I like to do them is to create kind of the stair step effect where we have this one. Now we're going to step the one that goes right alongside it. We're going to step it down in this hole. So for this one, I just need a little tiny bit of adhesive on the top of this. And you can wait and cut the edges off whenever you want to, but since this candy cane one has a lot left there, I'm probably going to try and use that somewhere else. So I'm going to go ahead and trim those off now. And we just keep going and filling in the blanks. So I'm going to fill in this one. We'll get this corner filled in before I move on to anything else. So I'll put this one in there. So I've seen that a few people have already shared some of their projects in this Facebook group for what they've been making today. So I hope a lot of the rest of you will do the same. Okay, so I've got this quarter filled in. Now let's go down, work on this one. I think I'll put this holly print right there in that corner. And now, what shall I use? What shall I use? All the different prints are so much fun. Maybe we'll use this one right there. I really like our Seal Plus adhesive. I am sure I'm not getting adhesive on all of the areas where these are going to be stuck to the cardstock, but with the Seal Plus, I don't really have to worry about it because it's nice and strong, and I know it is going to stay put. So you have to let me know what you're doing for World Card Making Day out there. I realize there are other things going on in the world, so you may have other plans, or some of you, hopefully, are going to be hanging out in your craft rooms, or maybe even getting together with some friends and crafting. Okay, we got 2 corners done. Now let's work on this little one right here. I love this plaid. I have to use some more of this plaid. I like to balance out my prints. So if I use the plaid over here, I do like to try and use it somewhere else as well. You don't have to, of course, but it kind of helps to balance all of it with the colors that you're using in the prints. Okay, what color do I want down there? This one's fun. I think I'll use a little bit of that. And then I'm going to have a little teeny corner I still need to fill in. So my white piece, I did not tell you this, my white piece it measures 4 by 5 1/4, which is my standard size for a card front. Let's see, I guess I'll put a little bit of that in there, and I'm debating the best way to do it. Just put a little glue on, and I'm going to cut a little piece to stick on there and let it dry, and then once it's dry I'll trim that off. Alright, so we can work on this other corner while that sets up. I feel like I was talking about something and then I interrupted myself, and now I don't know what I was talking about. Does that ever happen to you? Hi Faylene! Thanks for sharing. Thanks for joining in. I think I was asking you what your plans are for the day. Is that what it was? I don't know. So, which print should I use? Should I go with a white? Let's go with that white. And here I'll break the rule that I just told you because like I said, I usually try to balance these out and use the prints more than once, but this one I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use that again. Okay, now I'll turn one sideways. I think I want to use a red print here. Use this one. So some of these reds and greens, I'm definitely not using all of them more than once, but they all coordinate, so they balance each other out. Now, what do we want to go this way? I did sort of want to use that candy cane print again, so I think I will use that. Get that put on, and now we will trim off all these edges. The card base that we're going to put this on is our shaded spruce color, which I love. I feel like this is therapeutic. I know different parts of the paper crafting and card making are definitely therapeutic. Coloring is one that a lot of people enjoy, but I feel like paper piecing is very therapeutic. So there is our background, and I just love that. I think that's really neat to use some of my pretty paper scraps to make a nice background. So I'm going to put this right on here. If you wanted this to stand out a little bit more from your background, you could mat this with a piece of white cardstock just a little bit bigger, which you might need to trim this one down. So I'm going to show you that. I don't know if you can see what just happened, but every once in a while our Seal Plus it's so strong it will actually tear your paper up. So if that happens, all you need to do is stop and start back over, and it should be fine. Since it's the back of your paper, usually it doesn't matter too much because nobody's going to see it. Doesn't happen very often, but every once in a while. All right, so there is most of our card. Now we need to add a greeting to the front. And I decided I wanted to use our... I can never remember the name of this. This is our Label Me Fancy Punch. And if you look at this, it has a little hole here. It has the tag itself, and then it has a long, skinny slot. So what I want to create is a tag that looks like this. So what I like to do is punch out that slot first, and then come back in. Oh, I didn't punch it down far enough, so we're going to try that again. We'll try that again up here on this end. And I should pay attention. I can see where it's going to line up so that I have enough space to punch my tag out. So I'll punch the slot first. Now we'll come back and punch the whole tag. So this way, if you punch the tag first and then you want to line up that hole, it's definitely a little bit more tedious to get that piece over here and get it punched out. So got that. I already punched one out of our shaded spruce, and I want to stamp a greeting on here. Hi Dean, hi Sandy. Thanks for joining in, everybody. So I wanted to show you this stamp set. I just got this set and I have not had a chance to use it yet. So this is my very first use of it. We're not going to use the stockings today, but I wanted to use the greetings because I thought they were really cute. But this is our Hostess stamp set in the holiday catalog. So you cannot purchase Hostess stamp sets. They are only for hosts or anyone who orders a party size order, basically, which Stampin' Up! Considers any order over $150 a party order, or at least an order that qualifies for Hostess rewards. So if you place an order over $150, there will be, you can place it through me and I can help you with it, or if you're doing it online, it is going to have a box. It's going to require you to enter some Stampin' Rewards, which are your free products, your Hostess rewards. for placing an order over $150. So when you're entering those, if you want to, you can enter the Hostess stamp sets, which these use, they're very inexpensive as far as how much of your Hostess credit you are using up. So you can use these. We have 2 Hostess sets in the annual catalog as well, or you can add any other products that you want for your host credit. But sometime we're going to have to make some adorable stocking cards because I just love this set. But I wanted to use the greetings on this card. So the outside is going to say Heartfelt Christmas. The inside is going to say, May your season be filled with magic. And sometimes I get questions about how to decorate the insides of a card. I actually want to do a video here sometime on lots of different ideas for decorating the inside of a card. But here is one. We used all these designer papers on the front. Now let's use a little strip to decorate the inside. Okay, I am going to, how do I want to do this? I've been debating. I am going to debate some more right here. Let's put a couple of dimensionals on this green one. I want to attach this on top. I do want to make sure the holes line up somewhat because I'm going to put some ribbon through there. But I wanted that green to show behind. Now I have a little bit of our Snowflake Splendor ribbon. This ribbon is a little bit stiffer. If you want to try this, I would actually suggest using a little bit softer ribbon if you're just getting the hang of this for the first time. But I folded it in half and I'm putting that fold through the slot from front to back. Now I'm going to put my ends through the hole. Pull them through that hole. And now I just need to tighten this back up. And this is where it would be a little bit easier if the ribbon was softer. I have to be careful. I don't want to rip those little thin pieces at the top. But I'll fidget with this a little bit, get it pulled tight. And now this makes a cute little tag for the front of the card. Trim the ends off of the ribbon. And we'll just put a little bit of adhesive on the back. And I can put this wherever I want. I think I'm going to put it up here. Now I'm looking for some embellishments. I didn't have any embellishments planned out, but I feel like I should add some just because it's World Card Making Day and we are celebrating, so we need fun embellishments and sparkles. These are some of our adhesive-backed snowflakes. And I just love these things. I have been using them a ton on probably about half of my Christmas cards I've been making. I really like them because you get a ton of them in the pack. They're really easy to apply because they already have the adhesive on the back, whereas with sequins are a lot more tedious to apply. I think I will leave it just like that. Okay, friends, so I'll repeat a little bit of my information about my challenges for today in case you missed that at the beginning. I am posting card making challenges all day long on my blog at scrappingstampingandstuff.com. There will be a new one posted every hour. So create along with us with our challenges. If you just want to create and you don't want to do the challenges, that's fine too. But then go to my Facebook group where we are right now and share pictures of the things you are creating. Anybody who shares pictures of some of the things you are at home crafting today, you will be entered for some fun prizes that I will give away later today or possibly tomorrow. I'm going to leave that open for probably a day or two to give more of you the chance to share some of your projects. So thanks for joining in, and I will see you again next time.